Welcome to Capsilon Dock Velocity's tutorial on the Collaborative Closing Center. Once you are inside of your folder, you want to go to the upper right-hand corner and make sure you are in the Settlement Workspace. The Settlement Workspace is where your closer will be working to prepare that final CD for closing. You'll notice in your Documents tab that you have a slimmed down view of the documents that are in the File Documents section of your general workspace. That is because only the documents that are needed here for closing will appear. So the first thing that your closer would want to do is go to the fee sheet. So the fee sheet is going to have populated with data from a CD. So in order for this data to appear in the section, a CD has to be uploaded as a SmartDoc or XML that has fee data. So this can be populated through an interface with your doc provider or through an integration. So once this fee data is now in here, your closer can go through and review and make sure that these fees are correct and appropriate. If they need to make an edit, they click over here to start editing. That then opens up the ability to click on whatever field that you would like to edit, and for you to come over to this right-hand side here and to make changes in the amounts. So if we have here, let's say we have a deed and it's $40. So I want to change this deed to $75. So I'll go ahead, change that to $75. I can change who this is paid by, paid when, paid to, and any of these applicable checkboxes you can click as well. Once I'm done, I click Save. And you'll notice that this is now yellow. So this is indicating that a change has been made to the fee. So it quickly draws your attention that there's been a change made by turning it yellow. When I'm finished, I can click to finish editing. So at this point, if I am done making all of these changes, I can go ahead and send this on to my settlement agent. To do that, I click the button up top, Send to Settlement Agent. It's going to populate the settlement agent screen where you go ahead and pick your title company or settlement company and the name of the agent. So you just have to type in the first 3 letters and this will automatically populate for you along with any comments that you might want them to see. So please review the deed fee and click send. So now what's happening is you notice up here that it's saying pending publication. This is now with the settlement agent, and they need to go in and review the fees that you've changed, view the CD, and they in turn can make any changes or comments that they want as well. You also have the option to withdraw, which will pull this back from the settlement agent, and they will no longer be able to see this request. So now if we go and log in into the settlement agent's email, what it does is it actually sends them a notification. It will say that they have an invitation to review a fee sheet, give them some basic loan information in the subject line. When they click on it, it will show your logo here in the corner, along with, again, that same loan information so they have an idea of what they're looking for. Some basic instructions on how they go ahead and what they need to do to review these fees, and click Open Request. Once they click Open Request, the first time that they do this, they will be prompted to select a password, and they'll need to remember this password for all of the loans that they're working on for you. What's nice about this Collaborative Closing Center is every loan that you're working on with this particular agent, they only need one sign-in and login with password, and they can see all of the loans they're working on. They don't need to have a different login or password for each loan. So this is set up the same as the closer saw. It's set up in the way of the closing disclosure, so they should be very familiar with this view. So they as well can go ahead and click on, so let's say the survey is not $85. They need to come over to the right-hand side as well, put 105, we'll say. They can change the paid by and when as well, and they can click Save Fee. They can also go over here to the comments section, see the comments we've made on this loan along the way, and type any new comments they want to send back as well. So changed the survey fee to 105. So once that's done, they can go through and look at all these other fees, make any changes that they want as well. So power of attorney we'll say is now 625. And just as with the closer view, you notice that this is turning anything we changed yellow. So again, it's to call out that there was a change made and let you know, so that's very evident. Once you're done and you've made any comments that you want to make here, you go ahead and hit complete. It's going to say, are you sure you want to send this back? Once they send this back to the closer, they cannot call it back. So they will have to wait for the closer to physically push the button to send this back to them. I'll go ahead and confirm. So then what has happened now is an email has gone to the closer to let them know that the settlement agent has done something with this particular fee sheet. So I can go ahead and go back in my folder. I can refresh. And you'll see that it tells me the date and time that the settlement agent reviewed, and it allows me to go ahead and review fees. So when I click on review fees, what it does is it pops up the separate window that calls out the changes that were made on this CD. Why this is so nice is that you no longer have to send back an actual document. So we've only been exchanging data back and forth. So no CD was sent via email or fax. We didn't have to mark on everything. We didn't have to do the stare and compare. This is going to say, hey, this is what was changed. It's going to call it out to me so I don't have to look for it. And I can either accept these changes or keep them the same. So I'm going to go ahead, accept those changes, and hit save. And they have now been updated. And again, it's calling that out in yellow so that I am aware that these have changed. So we can do this several times back and forth until we both have come to a decision that this is a final and done closing disclosure. So this time you can do a couple things. You can send this back to your doc provider and have them complete the CD process for you. You can reconcile this with an integration to your LOS to make sure that all the fees are staying the same in both. And you can also run a tolerance check. So I'll see here over on the left-hand side of this toolbar, I can click Run Tolerance Check. It's going to tell me to wait just a minute. It's going to run that tolerance check. And then I can jump over into this tolerance check button. So in this section, you're going to see the draft version of the CD or LE here, along with any changes that were made. So what it did is we loaded our loan estimate, and that is our baseline column that you see here. So every document after that is compared to this baseline to give us this data that populates here. So you'll see the items in red are fees that have changed and are out of tolerance, while the fees in yellow are fees that have changed, but it didn't drop us out of that tolerance level. It also keeps a running total of the estimated cost to cure. So this is a very powerful screen if you're looking for that cost to cure and to see where you're falling out of those tolerance buckets. We also have an overall comparison, which allows you again to see those baseline figures, and then every version of LE or CD right next to each other, so you can see where changes may have occurred, where you fell out of tolerance, all right here quick at a glance. Then you also have a signing request tab within this settlement space workspace. So what this does is it allows you to create a closing package to send to a customer. So if you are a lender that creates your own closing packages that you send out for closing to your customers, you can create a closing package and send that directly out of your DocVelocity folder. Or you can use this doc request tab. So if you use your settlement agent to find the notary to make your closing happen for you, you can attach any documents that you want into this section. It will then get sent on to your settlement agent. They can draft or put together the entire closing package, find your notary, and get it closed for you. So either of those options are available here for you. So thank you for joining me today. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to your account manager or support.